What's up, everybody? It's time for a new top 5. You've heard me cry and complain about some of the worst foods on a disc golf trip. Mostly reindeer dog. But what were the best foods on a disc golf trip? Well, I'm here to let you know. You're welcome. Number 5. Number 5, man. It was almost Alabama white barbecue. And I think it probably would have been if they would have put more barbecue sauce on the sandwich we had when we were out there. Because that was really good. And yeah, that sounds crazy. Some white barbecue sauce. So it's basically mayonnaise-based barbecue as opposed to like the mustard-based, more in South Carolina, the more traditional ketchup-based everybody knows. But that was almost number 5, but it did not quite make the cut thanks to, I don't know, the place was probably named Moe's. A lot of places we go is named Moe's. I never knew that before, but it's true. So, anywho, whatever the place didn't give us enough sauce, so that spot's gonna go to the Vermonter. That's right. We lost number 5 in the South because they were skimpy on the sauce. But the Vermonter is fantastic. I wouldn't have guessed it after 28 states or whatever we've played and 2 countries that my number 5 food was going to be a grilled cheese sandwich. But it is. The Vermonter, that's a mean sandwich. Got like some ham, some apples. I never thought I'd be mixing the apples with the cheese like all the fancy folk, which I guess makes sense, you know, up north. In the Northeast with all the fancy folk. You know, being from the South, like I said, it pains me to say that barbecue lost out to a grilled cheese sandwich, but hey, it be what it be. Number 4. Number 4. Speaking of barbecue sauce, it didn't lose out everywhere. Once upon a time, me, Dutton, and Rob took a little trip out to Tennessee. And so if it would have been up to me, we would have got some of that Nashville hot chicken. That was before the whole, you know, tummy issues, whatever I got going on that we ain't figured out. But fortunately for me, I mean, I guess, I don't know how good that would have been. Probably spectacular, but still, fortunately for me, see, that's a pun, that my number 4 was because we skipped it. And we got some barbecue baked potatoes. I had never had a baked potato with barbecue on it. And that was phenomenal. I still make that at the house to this day, thanks to Nashville and their not so famous but extremely delectable barbecue baked potatoes. And they also had some other stuff we had with it. I think it was a barbecue sandwich and like banana pudding or something. I don't know, I can't remember that, but that baked potato was mean. So that's gonna bring us to numero 3. Number 3. Man, to my surprise, we are headed back up north. They can't make gravy, but they can make some other stuff. And in this case, it's hard to have a top 5 food list for me without going to Philadelphia. Those cheesesteaks. My first experience wasn't great. It was good, but we were trying to eat going down the road and it was messy and I couldn't really eat. It wasn't the best experience, but we were fortunate enough to go back. And this last time, got one from Pat's and one from Geno's, and either one of them were good enough to be top 5, but for me, Geno's That's the one that makes it number 3. I've been trying to figure out how to get another cheesesteak since I left there. It's, I mean, I'm still rocking the pen. I'm surprised I can't just reach down and grab it. I thought I had it sitting here. Well, I lied about that. I was still rocking the pen. Must have fell on the floor or something. I don't want to die trying to get it. But yeah. That Cheez Whiz, the sandwich, come to think of it, that's my second sandwich on the list. Yeah. So maybe I just like sandwiches. But I don't know. You go to Philadelphia and you don't come away with a cheesesteak, you dropping the ball. Because that's some gooey goodness. I guess that cheese on the side could be called gooey. It is today. So now, on to number 2. But before we get to number 2, I'd be remiss to say, man, I don't know the name of the place, but it's a place down in Georgia. They basically have it's just like a soul food kind of southern cooking little restaurant. We've been there twice, and I almost put everything on their menu in my top 5. Their sweet potato casserole, that should probably be in the top 5. Their fried chicken, their macaroni and cheese, but because I couldn't nail down just one, none of them made it. But also, before we get into the top 2, here's some little collage of photos from the ones that didn't make it. So number 2. Number 2 stays in the north. I told you they're killing it up there with some of the stuff. Just don't get the gravy. Otherwise, they see you get that stuff, they know you ain't the most southern on the trip. Ain't no southern boy eating that. But anywho, what they got, you go taking, I don't know what the road is, probably I-95. But whatever you head up north on, you make sure you detour through New Haven. Get some of that pizza. The crazy thing about New Haven pizza, traditionally speaking, I don't like the brick oven wood fire pizza. Like, I don't get it. I've had it, and I'm not gonna throw it away, but it's not what I would call good pizza. But New Haven, I don't know why theirs is different, but it's unbelievably good. Like, on a scale of 1 to ridiculous, it's like insanity. By far the best pizza that I've ever had. They've got shrimp, I've had that. They've got your traditional pepperoni and stuff, I've had that. They've got mashed potato pizza, had that. And the first place we went to, I will say, was better than the second place. But I mean, it was a tight race. I guess you go to New Haven, Connecticut, you can't find a bad pizza. So, New Haven pizza gotta be the number 2. And now, for the moment we've all been waiting for. Number 1, best food. If you're watching this, it's a really good chance that you're not too far away from the best food in the United States. And that is down at, I'm going to call it Clark's Fish Camp, but I feel very confident that is not it. I'm going to call it, I don't know the name of it, but I'll post it up here somewhere, kind of random style. And it's a fish camp down in Georgia. Also happens to be the largest collection of like taxidermy, like different species or something, taxidermy, different animals, like in the world or something crazy. The U.S. I don't know exactly, but they got dead animals everywhere. Giraffes, all kinds of craziness they've killed. But the best thing they killed was the shrimps. They make a mean shrimp and grits. I mean, vicious. You can eat that junk sitting out there on the patio. What's it called? A pier? Basically, pier patio. You can eat out there, and you got like gators swimming up under you, and other kind of animals that get like stingrays or something. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that I saw the ghost of the crocodile hunter. Either way, most importantly, after we had our crocodile, our alligator tail, well, not crocodile. Either way, maybe both. I don't know. I'm not a marine biologist. I'm just really good at doing panorama videos. We all have our niche in life, you know. But either way, you eat your gator tails, and then you get some shrimp and grits. And I promise you, you will have a top 5 meal. And in my opinion, the #1 meal you could have in the U.S. Now, it's not like a bowl of grits and throw some shrimp in it, which is what everybody pictures. That's what I pictured. But it's almost like a grit cake. Is that a thing? Is grit cakes a thing? If so, you should get them. But it is so scrumdiddlyumptious. So I'll be getting it again, 100% for sure. I will be headed down to Jacksonville, Florida, hopefully soon, to go to Georgia to sell some markers and swing over to Jacksonville. But I'm going back. You get you some New World, and man, I swear I want to say Clark's Fish Camp, but I also feel like that's a place like in Denver or something. But either way, you look it up, Taxidermy Fish Camp, Jacksonville, you'll find it. Google that junk, but I'll post it. You ain't got to look for it. And get you the best food you have ever tasted, and then you can do your own list of top 5, and we'll post it right here on Panorama Media. And it'll be fun for everybody. Everybody will enjoy it, and I won't be the only face you gotta look at. In fact, you can just post the foods and talk over them. They ain't even gotta look at your face. I just like to torture people while I talk about food. That way, make sure nobody's hungry and go out and spend too much money. So yeah, either way, that's all I got. Food, disc golf trips. Yay.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Enemy is back in. Enemies the red box. You're in Charlie. You're in Bravo. We're losing. Retake those points. We're taking Bravo. They've got 2 objectives. Keep hitting them.
Setting charge.
Got a gun. Five remain. Finish the job.
Back door right there, behind you, Chris.
Mark a drop point for your
You had
team.
them on both
We'll
sides.
lead them in.
It wasn't shit you can do
They're all
with
that's
that.
left. Get it done.
He's laying down right there, Will. He's laying down.
Yeah, he's probably right on the corner of your left. Gas, gas, gas. He's laying there.
Gas a win.
Yeah.
Proper job.